Hello and welcome to the channel. The Four Noble Truths _2025. Today, we will explore a great ancient question. How did the universe begin? Buddhism offers a unique perspective on this. And in this video, I will share with you the Buddha's teachings on the universe, creation, and the origin of all phenomena. This is a story not only about the universe but also about how we can overcome the suffering in life. We will dive deep into complex yet incredibly important concepts such as the formation of the world in Buddhism, and why some people still cannot fully understand them. And perhaps why you will also find many fascinating stories you've never considered before. Part 1. Introduction to Buddhist questions about the universe and cosmology. In a recent teaching retreat in Brazil, I shared some Buddhist concepts like reincarnation and rebirth, and I received many interesting questions. One of the questions that stood out was, why do we have to believe in supernatural things that we cannot see? And another interesting one was, why are Western Buddhist teachers so afraid to talk about the supernatural aspects of Buddhist tradition? So, what is the answer? First, we need to understand that the supernatural aspects in Buddhism are not strange or illogical. We might not see them with our eyes, but that doesn't mean they don't exist. The Buddha teaches us to focus not only on what we see but also on the suffering and the path to end that suffering. What Buddhism calls the path to the cessation of suffering. Part 2. Supernatural aspects in Buddhism. Buddhism is not merely a philosophy of life, but also includes supernatural elements like reincarnation, heavens, and hells. However, the Buddha never made absolute claims about the existence of these realms. Instead, he provided a provisional view, allowing practitioners to use it as a guide to practice and reach enlightenment. One story I'd like to share is about a practitioner who was able to reach enlightenment by accepting a temporary worldview. For example, someone believed in the existence of heavens and hells and that good actions would lead one to the heavens while bad actions would lead to suffering in lower realms. This is an example of applying a temporary worldview in Buddhism, which allowed them to begin their journey towards enlightenment. Regarding cosmology, the Buddha offered a very unique perspective. He didn't provide a definitive answer to how the universe began, but he pointed out that everything in this universe is shaped by our actions. Every life, whether human or animal, is governed by karma, the actions we have taken in the past and present. These actions not only create suffering but also determine our fate in future lifetimes. We must also remember that the universe, as described by the Buddha, is in a constant state of birth, death, and rebirth. This shows a different perspective compared to modern scientific or physical theories. Everything in this universe, from living beings to phenomena, is in a process of constant change, birth, and death. To clarify further, I want to share a story about a monk who used the understanding of rebirth to help someone grieving the loss of a loved one. The monk explained that when we lose a loved one, we do not only grieve their passing but also fear that the loss is permanent. However, Buddhism teaches that nothing is permanent, and even the death of a person is part of the cycle of birth and death in the universe. This story serves as an example of applying the understanding of rebirth and karma to help people overcome grief and find peace in their hearts. From what we've explored today, we can conclude that Buddhism does not require us to blindly believe in all supernatural aspects without evidence. However, Buddhism provides methods through which we can experience and prove these aspects through practice and cultivation. Most importantly, the path outlined in Buddhism is the path to enlightenment, to liberation from suffering, and this can be applied in the world today, whether the world is supernatural or not. Remember, enlightenment is not about blindly accepting a worldview, but about understanding and realizing yourself, the world around you, and how to live a better life. Therefore, every action we take can lead us to a more meaningful life. Right in the present moment,